Okay, chalo, let's start. So, in the last lecture, we have done about bcrypt for handling for converting your plain password to hashed password. Okay, encryption, password encryption, and then we also saw about the JWT token authentication, token based authentication. Okay, using JWT. Now, today we will see about if you have multiple models, okay, then how you can relate to these models, or how you can maintain a relationship between multiple models, okay, or multiple collections. By default, MongoDB doesn't support collection, doesn't support relationship. Using Mongoose, we can create relationship among your collections. Okay, how can we do that? Let's see that today. Okay, so to create a relationship, we'll need one more model. Okay, so as you know, we are our application is for Mediserve, so let's create a model for our medicine. Okay, so I'll just write medicine.js. Okay, so this I'll just copy this entire JSON from this and paste it here. I don't need decrypt. I'll change everything, medicine schema, and then module dot exports equals to mongoose dot schema, no, mongoose dot model, and here I'll specify the name of the model, that is medicine, comma, then your medicine schema. Okay, and the rest you can change, like the medicine name. Okay, so it will be a string, but I want the medicine name to be required. Okay, because medicine name is required. Required colon true. Okay, then let's add some description as well to the medicine. So it would be also required field. Password age, we don't need it. Okay, so add, let's say, expiry date, okay, colon. Um, it is also required. So, but type of the expiry date would be, let's say, date, required colon true. Okay. Let's keep this small. Okay, I don't want to add some extra fields. Okay, we can add it extra fields, so we can add manufacturer and everything later on. Okay, but let's keep it small for now. So this is my medicine schema. Now I want to create routes for this medicine schema, and also I need all the CRUD APIs for medicine. Okay, so what we will do is we will create a similar route for our medicine. So I'll just create medicine dot routes dot js. Okay, and it would contain all these areas. So I'll just copy this entire thing and paste it here. Okay, we just rename and everything. Okay, so here we won't be needing JWT and secret, so I'll just remove this. Okay, now instead of user, we'll need medicine schema, medicine model here. So I'll write medicine and then model slash medicine model. Okay, then authenticate, we would need require authenticate, because when we want to uh, add a medicine, update medicine, or delete medicine, the user should be logged in. Okay, without login, user should not able to add, update, or delete the medicine. Okay, and this will remove it. Okay, for get all API, okay, we don't need authenticate API here. So authenticate middleware here, so just remove it. Router dot get all API here, instead of writing user, we specify medicine dot find. Okay, there is no password field, so I'll just remove it. Okay, so this is my get all medicine. It's done. Okay, let's do it for search. Okay, I'll just remove search. I don't need search for now. Okay, you can add it later on. I just want to show the relationship, so I'll just keep it small for now. Okay, so for get medicine by ID, we'll use ID for the medicine, and then it would be I'll just rename everything. So medicine, everything will be renamed medicine here, and it would be medicine dot find by ID. Okay, there won't be any password, so I'll just remove this one. And here we will say medicine not found. Okay, so your get by ID is also done. Now we want to create a medicine, so let's get the fields that we require for medicine. So we require name of the medicine, so we'll keep it name. Okay, then we'll require description. Remove this one. Require description, and then expiry date. Okay, now here we'll remove this one, name, then description, and then expiry date. Okay, and here we have created that and modified that because of this timestamps colon true, so we don't need to do add any created that, it will automatically be added here because of timestamps. Now I'll change this to medicine. Similarly, we can rename this medicine. This would be saved user. So you can just click on it here. And if you want to rename all the variables, you can press F2, or you can right click on it and uh, click on rename symbol, not refactor. It would be rename symbol. So it will saved medicine. So it will all rename all the instances of that variable. Okay. So it is renaming everything. So here we don't have a password, so I'll remove this. Okay. So your post API is also done. We also have a now we don't need login API here, so I'll just remove it here from here. We have a update API where you will get an ID from the URL. You'll have name, description, and expiry date. So we'll paste it here. Okay. Here it would be, instead of user, it would be medicine. Okay. This would be medicine. Find by ID. If the medicine is found, then we'll just replace its name with the name here. Okay. Here it would be description, description, expiry date. Yes. Okay. So medicine dot save. Here we can say medicine not found. Okay. Bas, this put is done. Now we can update the patch as well. So let's copy, paste. As you can see now, okay, everything we just created all the APIs for user. Now every APIs are like doing the same things again and again. So you can just copy paste it here, and you can also create your own APIs, whatever the APIs required according to the condition or scenarios. Okay, the business logic you need. Okay. Here you'll say name, name. Okay, then we'll have description, description, and then expiry date, expiry date. Okay, there won't be any age. Medicine dot save, medicine not found. Then last API we have, it is delete. Now here of user will write, rename it to medicine, and then it would be medicine, medicine dot delete, or medicine not found. Okay. Now all the APIs are done. Okay. We can check them. Let's check it out whether my medicine APIs are working or not. Basically, they will not work for now because we have created routes. We have created a model for it. But in server.js, we haven't added a route here. Okay. Because you can see for users, we have users routes, right? We have imported them here and then we have used. But for medicine routes, we haven't added medicine routes here. So I'll just write medicine routes. Then it would be medicine dot routes. Okay. Then at the last, we have to add slash medicines and medicine routes. Okay. Yes. Now it's done. Now let's start our application. npm start. Application is started. Database connection successful. Let's go and check whether our API is working or not, or APIs are working or not. Okay, for medicine. So I'll just open the Postman. Okay. Instead of users, I'll use medicines here. Okay. And let's see whether get API is working or not. Okay. For get API, we don't have any authenticate authenticate middleware. Okay, we have only have it for post, put, patch, and delete. Okay, so in case of post, put, patch, and delete, this API shouldn't work, but for this, it should work. Okay, right now we don't have any medicines medicines in our database. So if you send this, so you'll get a blank array over here. Okay, now let's do a post API, post with body, and let's say name. Let's get a name for any medicine. Just search for any medicine name. Is it slow? I don't know. Okay, let's see this. Okay, it's a Augmentin 625 Duotop tablet. Paste. Let's paste the description. Description. uh, Paste and then a date. Okay, expiry date. Expiry date. We'll have to write a date per date. Okay. So let's say whether we have a expiry date here. Expires on August 2023. Okay. Now, how will you specify this August 2023? Because the date should be in a format, correct? Yes, Ashish?
Uh, Sir, do we have to do these changes in the current assignment,
Yes, you can do it.
or I have already submitted the assignment?
Actually, that's the reason I have given you the date on 5th, because I wanted this to be completed before this, because we wanted to do a relationship. Okay. So it's okay if you do it as well. Yeah, that's great. If it's already submitted, then that's fine. Okay. But if it not, just complete it by today, because I 7th is the last day. So you can do the same thing in the same code.
Uh,
Same.
Today's changes is not required, no?
No, no, today's changes are not required.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'll just get a new date here. Okay. So this is the date. So I'll just copy this and paste it here. Okay. So this is today's date. So let's put it as 6. Okay. Now let's try to send and check whether your API works or not. If you send it, you will get unauthenticated 401 unauthorized. Why? Because your authorization header token is not valid token. Okay. Yeah, yesterday, because we have added authenticate middleware. So we need to add, or we need to get a token first, login first, and then get the token and then use that token over here. So what I will do, I will open a new tab here, http://localhost/users/login. Okay, it's a post API. In the body, we'll have a JSON formatted mail. Okay, gmail.com, and password is admin123 at the rate. Okay, let's do the login and check. Send. So you'll get the token here. We'll copy this token and we'll paste it here. Okay. Now let's see whether this works or not. Send it, and you will see here the medicine is created. Okay. This is the ID for the medicine. You can check it in the database as well. So it would be go S use medicine. Okay. DB dot. You will find if you do show collections, you will see the medicines is collection medicines and users. Those two collections are there. If you do db.medicines dot find, you'll find the medicine has been entered here. Okay, but this medicine, if you see, who has added this medicine? We don't know this, right? Who has added this medicine? Okay, we don't know that. Correct. We want the users or the user who has created this medicine, or let's say uh, the user who has added those many medicines, we want to use that. Okay, so we don't have a relationship over here. Okay, so we'll add the relationships, but before that, everyone understood, like it's a easy thing because we have just copy pasted everything and just created our API here. So everyone understood whatever we have done, just a repetition of everything that we have done till now. Yeah.
Sir, happy birthday sir.
uh
Today.
Hello, hello, your voice bro.
Hello,
हाँ.
am I clear now sir? मतलब
Yes, yes.
आवाज आ रहा है क्या?
आ रहा है.
हाँ सर, आज का डेट आपने कैसे क्रिएट किया?
आज का डेट,
हाँ
I just
अभी.
used new date to ISO
अच्छा
stream
अकाउंट
convert.
से.
Yes.
I've actually added directly. It will also work, no sir? Like I've added
Yeah.
2023 slash, लेकिन उसमें लास्ट वाला डेट आ रहा है, मतलब 31st ऐसे आ रहा है.
हाँ, because वो format एक
हाँ.
basic होना चाहिए. So if you use a different format, तो ISO
हाँ.
format में different अलग होता है date का. Okay, वो format में आपको डालना पड़ेगा. Date
हाँ.
format, because by default जो locale होगा ना, वो locale के हिसाब से लेगा आपका date.
I've added 2023/06, तो 30th 6, मतलब 2023 6 30th ऐसा आया मेरे को. I've
6:30.
only
तो
added. I've added only two, like year and month ऐड किया मैंने.
that way won't
डेट
work.
नहीं.
वो कोई एक date ले लेगा फिर.
लास्ट वाला लेना वैसा किया तो भी चलेगा ना, मतलब
हाँ,
प्रॉब्लम
it's
नहीं.
fine.
हाँ.
You can use this
हाँ.
one as well. Like Ashish has also mentioned the correct one. This is the format.
हाँ.
Actually, you should enter it in a
Okay.
YY and then MM and then DD format. Okay.
Okay, I didn't add DD, only Y and M.
Actually, your date of any date should have a date.
Date as
Okay,
well.
it
Okay.
can't be just month and year. You can
Okay.
while showing it, you can show month and year, but
Okay.
when you enter it into database or anywhere, the date should be there. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Showing, you can show anything. Like if you want to show just month, you can show it. Like they have showed August 2023. They are not showing the date. So the show whatever you are showing display format can be different. You can just show the month and year. You can show date month, or you can show date month year plus hours, minutes, seconds. That is also fine. Okay, but the entry in the database or the whatever the value that you enter into the database of the date, okay, or wherever you store it, it should have the entire date string where the date, month, year, everything will be there. Actually your date should be in milliseconds format, which should start from 1st Jan 1970. Okay, from that it starts. If you convert this date, new date dot get millisec or get milliseconds. If you see this not this milliseconds, I guess new date dot think I don't remember that thing, but if you use get time, I guess get time, you will get this whole number. Okay, this number is actually from the first January 1970. From there, this milliseconds number is there. This. Okay. So when you convert this number to any date, okay, if you pass this number to a date, you will get the exact date here. Okay, which is this one. Okay. If you change it to any number like 7 like this, you can see the date is changing. Okay. So it changes accordingly. Okay. So do this. Once done, let me know. So you have to create a model, then copy the entire routes. Okay. For now, if you just want to create, just create get all, get by ID and post APIs. Rest all APIs, you can keep it as it is for now. You can create them later on. Okay. But for now, we'll require only get all, get by ID and post APIs. Okay. So just create them and add them in a server.js file. Okay. Here it would be medicine routes, and below that we will have to add. Okay. Here. Once done, let me know. Done? Okay. What about others? Okay, then I'll assume everyone is done. Okay, chalo, let's move ahead. Now, yeah. Now we have created a medicine, but who has created this medicine? We don't know that, right? So we need to add a relationship between your user and the medicine table. Okay, who has created this medicine? We should know, right? Because sometimes when in the admin panel, we want to know who has created this medicine or who is updating the medicine, or this is like just for one example, but in the case of various other applications, like if you have a e-commerce website where you are adding a product, who has added the product, or let's say in this case also, if you have a manufacturer's table, okay, in that manufacturers you are maintaining manufacturers, right? So who is the manufacturer of this particular product? Okay, you can just link that manufacturer here. Manufacturer may have multiple details, right? So if you have created a collection for that, then you need to link that. Okay, most of the time MongoDB is not used for that purpose, but sometimes you need to create relationships in the MongoDB database as well. Okay, so how do you create that relationship? Okay, now to create that, we have to create relationship between this user model and then your medicine model. Okay, medicine schema or model, you can say. Okay. So let's do that. See, first of all, there are how many types of relationships are there? First, we have one-to-one relationship. Then we have one-to-many, many-to-one relationship, or we can have many-to-many relationship. When you have one-to-one relationship, that means one record will be exactly matched with your or related with your one record of other collection. Okay. Let's say example, user have one address. Address can be a separate table or separate collection, and one user can have one address. One address can have one user. Okay, it's like that. Now one to many can also be there, like if you consider a books collection. Okay, books and user, not books and user, let's say blog. Okay, blog, you have a user and blogs. So one user can have many blogs, but one blog can have only one author on one user. Okay, whereas in case of books, if you see, one user can have multiple books. Also, one book can have multiple authors. So here you can see it's a many to many relationship. Okay, so it depends what type of relationship you are going to implement. Okay, now on that basis you are going to add fields into your schema. Okay, so let's say one user will create multiple medicines, but one medicine can be created by only one user, right? Only one user can create medicine. Okay, you can change that user later on, but one medicine can only have one user, right? So in that case, you have to create a fields in both the schemas. Okay, so how will you create that? So as I told you, one user can have multiple medicines. One user can create multiple medicines. So here we will add comma and we will add medicines. Okay, medicines field, colon, then we will add a type of that uh, medicine. But as I told you, one user can have multiple medicines. That means it is going to be an array. Okay, it would store array of medicines. So here we will say square brackets. Okay, array, and every object from that array. Okay, we are not going to store the entire medicine object because the medicine object is already there in the medicine collection. Right? but we just want to store its ID into the user schema, because later on we can link that ID with your medicine schema, right? So for that, we are just going to store object ID or medicines ID. Now medicine ID's type is mongoose dot schema dot types dot object ID. Okay, remember the type of the underscore ID is always an object ID. So you just need to specify the type of the ID which we are going to store in this medicines. Okay, and second we are going to store is reference. Okay, now this medicines we are going to store an object ID, but whose object ID are we going to store? Because we can have a lot of collections. This is a user collection, this is a medicine collection. We can have other collection like manufacturer collection, we can have categories collection. Now from which collection this object ID is going to which collection this object ID is going to refer to? Okay, so here we are going to specify the collection name or the model name. Okay, generally it is a model. So model name is medicine. This is the model name. This is a schema, right? Our model name is medicine. So we are going to specify this model name here. Okay, so that Mongoose can collect the medicine from this medicine schema or medicine model. Okay, so we just have to specify the reference here to which collection it is going to refer to. Okay, now this is the one thing where one user can have multiple medicines, but as I told you, one medicine can have one user as well. So you have to add a relationship here as well. Okay, so let's say here it is, I will say uh, added by. Okay, so who has added this medicine? So you specify added by. Okay, this is just a field. Okay, so who has added this medicine? It would be a user ID, right? So here we are going to store a user ID, but as you know, one medicine can have only one user. Means one medicine can be added by only one user, right? So here it would be just an object with its type as mongoose schema dot types dot object ID. Okay, and then comma. Now which object ID is it is going to refer to? It is going to refer to the user models object ID. Okay, so we will specify user model. It's is user model, right? It's a user model. Okay, so we are going to specify the reference of user model here. Okay, that's it. Your relationship is done. Okay, but since you know MongoDB doesn't have a relationship, it doesn't have a foreign key. Actually, we are specifying the foreign key here. Okay, but when you add the medicine, you have to store the user ID in added by field. Also, when you create a medicine, you have to store that ID or push ID in medicines array of your user schema. Okay, so you have to specify this when you add a medicine. This is just we are creating fields into these schemas or into these collections, but we have to manually add the IDs in this both of these fields. Okay, added by I will have a user ID, medicines array will have a medicines ID. Okay, which medicine we are going to add to this user. Okay, now how will you specify it? So you have to go to medicine routes. You can't do it in user routes because in user routes we don't know which medicine we are going to add to, but when we add a medicine, okay, we are authenticating the user, right? If you remember in the yesterday lecture, when we have implemented this medicine middleware, in that we have added a user ID in the request object, this user ID, okay, which we got out from our token. Okay, now this user ID, we can use it here to store it in the medicine. Okay, now when you do this, first of all, you have to get the user. Okay, so let's get a user here. Const user equals, okay, await. Now you have so you have to import it. Okay, so it's going to be models user. So you can see it is in from this user require models. You have to import this here. Then we will say user dot find by ID. Okay, we already have ID. Okay, where it is in request dot user ID. Okay, we have stored it in here, user ID, and user ID will come only if user is authenticated. Okay, at that time only user ID will come, otherwise user ID will not come, right? So you will always have a user ID here because we are adding a authenticate middleware here. Okay, so in the authenticate we are specifying the user ID, so you will always have a user ID. Okay, that too because we are storing user ID in our token when we do the login, right? This ID we are storing it, and that ID we are storing it in the request object, so you'll always get the user ID here. Okay, so here we are getting the user. Now, once you get the user, we just have to add it to the, we have, when we create a medicine, we have added by field. So specify added by colon user dot underscore ID. We just have to add this underscore ID into this added by field, because added by which is coming from here user field, user object, user meta schema or collection. Okay. Now you will add user ID here in the added by field, and you will save the medicine. But once you save the medicine, you have to do one more thing. That is, you have to add the medicine ID in the medicines array of user collection. Okay. So what we will do is, we already have a user model here. We'll do user dot medicines dot push. Okay. Because it's an array, we can just push our medicine ID into this medicines array. Medicine dot underscore ID. Okay. So once, sorry, saved medicine dot, because it's a, we will get the object in a saved medicine. Okay. So saved medicine dot underscore ID, we are pushing it into the medicines array of user collection, and then we will use await user dot save, because we have to save it. Okay. If you don't save it, then the medicine, it will not be saved into the database. You have to save it into the user collection as well. Okay. So once you do this, your your relationship is now created. Okay, we have created a relationship. Okay, now let's see whether this works or not. So I'll add, okay, we have already added this. I'll just remove that from the database. So it is db dot medicines dot delete many. Okay, curly brace delete. So your deleted count is 1. It's deleted. You will not find anything. Okay, let's create this now. I'm just keeping everything as it is, and now I'm creating with the authorization token. Okay, so with this authorization token, your user ID will be added. Send it. Now there is an error. Password. Why is the password error coming? Let me check. So when we found user, okay, let's just do one thing. We will specify password to be 0. Okay, I don't need a password here, but actually, if you see, the medicine should have been created. It's created, and object ID. You can see the user ID is added here, but in the users collection, okay, will not find anything because there was an error. So I'll just remove. See, there is no thing here. So I'll just delete the medicine, and let's try to add again. Okay, I'll just change removed password field from this find by ID, and I'm trying to save it. Okay, in the user collection, we are checking if his password is not modified, then only we're doing it, right? So let's do this. Send. Okay, now it's created. I just have to remove the password field from here. Okay, we don't need a password. Okay, when we are doing the when we are adding the medicines here. Okay, so we'll remove the password field from the data object, and when you do the add the medicine, you will find the added by ID will have added by field will have the user ID. Okay, and in the database also, if you find medicine user, you'll find in the users array, there is a, in the users you will find a medicine array, and in the medicine array you will find the object ID here. Okay, and if you search for medicines, you'll find added by ID here. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's add one more medicine. So I'll do azithrol 500 tablet. Okay. Copy and go and create the new tablet. I'll just copy the description. Okay. Copy the description, paste. Okay, I'll keep the expiry date as it is. Okay. And let's save it with the same user. If you send it, you'll find the no, medicine is created. Let's go and check. You find the medicines, you will see both the medicines will have the same ID, same user in a added by field. Okay, both of them have same user ID. Okay, but if you find the users, you will find medicines array will have two IDs now, two object IDs. Both of them refers to the both the medicines. This is 874, this is 878, and you find 874, 878 here. Okay, so you can the relationship is created and we are adding the data in both of the collections. Now last thing remaining is when you find the user, say I want to find all the medicines related to that user. So how can I do that? If I find the medicine, then I want to find the user who has created that medicine, the user's name. Then how can you do it? Okay, let's do that. But before that, did you understood what we have to do when you want to create a relationship? First of all, you have to add a fields into this collection or schema. So here you have to just check what type of relationship you are going to create. If the relationship is many to many, then both of them will have an array. If relationship is one to one, then both of them will be an object. There won't be any array here. Okay. And there is a one to many or many to one relationship. So in case where you have a many, you will add an array. In case you are where you have a one, you will just add a object over there. Okay. And then when you add the object or the resource, okay, at that time you have to add the IDs into the respective collection. Okay, understood everyone? Okay, yeah, do this. Okay, once done, let me know so we will do the fetching part. Okay, finding user. Done. Audio automatically got on few minutes before, and can please check. I didn't get you, Jyoti Lakshmi. So your video and audio automatically got on few minutes before.
Yes, sir. My both my audio and video was on for few minutes, like for few seconds actually.
Huh.
And when I get to know, I actually left the class because it was not closing it. I can't close it. So can you please check it before adding it to the classroom?
It doesn't matter. Your
Okay.
recording is side.
Sorry, sir.
Recording is done from my side. So it
Okay, sir.
doesn't matter. So
हाँ
even if
हाँ
you lost it, the
हाँ
recording will be done. So there is no issues here.
Okay, sir. Okay. The recording was actually on your screen, right?
Yes, it's recording my screen, so it's not recording yours. So
Oh,
everything which is recording on my screen, you will get
ah,
it. Yes.
okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. Is it done, everyone? Okay. Now, as we have created the relationship, let's now fetch the data based on the relationship. Okay. So let's say when I would try to fetch medicine, okay, let's say I want to fetch medicine. So I'll use slash ID, I'll get it and send. You will see I'm getting added by, but added by is an ID. Okay. There is no user here. Okay. I want to get the username. Okay. Who has added this medicine? Okay. So for that, what you have to do is which API we are calling? We are calling get medicine by ID. So let's go to get medicine by ID API. So it's this API. Now we are finding medicine by ID here, right? Find by ID method. Okay. So here, after you do find by ID, okay, I'll just hit enter just to because it will go in like outside of this viewport. So I'll just hit enter, and here I will type dot. You have to use dot populate method. There's a populate method provided by Mongoose. So in this, you just have to specify the path that you are going to populate. Okay. So in the medicine, we have added by path. Okay. So I'll just add this added by path here. Okay. And let's do this. So let's save it. Save it. Mongoose will do it. It will search with this added by ID in the user model. Okay. And it will fetch that user for you. Okay. And it will put that user in the added by section, added by object here. Okay. Let's see whether if you send it, and you will see we have ID, name, expiry date, but in the added by field, we have the entire user object here. Okay. Now in this user object, you will see that we have a name, underscore ID, email. We also have a password. Okay. We don't need password here, right? So what we will do is we will remove that password from this, or we'll just select whatever we need. Okay. Or we'll remove whatever we don't need it. Here we can add a second parameter, which is projection parameter. So here also in the projection parameter, we can specify what we need and what we don't need. So we don't need password, so we'll specify 0. We don't need underscore v, so we'll specify that as also as 0. Okay. Also, if you see, we don't need medicines as well. It's a medicine array. We don't need it. Okay, we are just fetching the user. Okay, so we don't need this medicines array as well. So we will specify medicines also as 0. Okay, so here the added by field will be there. We will have added by user object. Okay, but in this case, now if you send it, you'll find added by will have name, ID, email, age, created, updated, everything will be there. Okay, except for password and medicines array. Okay, so this is how you can fetch uh, user object for that particular medicine. You can do the same thing for get all as well. But in case of get all, we generally don't get the user because it will be bulky, okay, to get all the users. But still, if you want to do that, you can do the same thing in get all as well. So you just have to do the same thing here. Okay. Dot populate and added by, remove password and everything. Okay. And okay, there is no semicolon, sorry. Okay. Now if you do forget all, you will see for every medicine, you will get the added by field and it will have the object. Okay. So that also can be done. Now, reverse case. Okay. Let's say I want to fetch the user. Users slash ID. If you get that user, you will get medicines array. Now let's say I want to get all the medicines here, whatever medicines that user has created. Okay. So what you can do is you can go to the user route. It's a get user by ID. Okay. So you'll go to get user by ID. Here also we can do the same thing, that is populate. Populate. Now what we are going to populate here is we are going to populate medicines here. So specify medicines. Okay. Here also we are going to remove any some things, but let's first fetch it. So get user by ID and okay. Oh, so I have made changes in the get all users. Remove and get by ID. Paste. Okay. So here I'm going to paste medicines. Fetch medicines. Send, and you will find the user will have medicines but with medicine object. Okay. Here also if you don't need underscore underscore v, we can remove it and specify comma bracket underscore underscore v colon 0. Okay. Now you can send it and you'll find there is no underscore underscore v. Okay. That in that case also we can do the projections. Okay. That's how you can fetch the data, okay, for that particular relationship. You have to use dot populate method, and in that populate method you have to specify the relation that you are going to populate to. You can also have multiple relations. Okay, you can do populate again if you want to populate that the relationship as well. Okay, so if you have a user and there is a comment section, so you can have comments array here. In the comment array, section you can have a user. Okay, so if you want to fetch all the comments of that user, you can just use populate comments. You can, if you want to fetch all medicines and comments as well, just do one more populate here. Okay, in that specify the comments and the comments will be fetched. Okay, in a separate column, in a separate field. Okay, understood this? How to fetch? Yes. Okay, cool. Do it. And here basically our relationship topic is also done. Okay, then we'll see the now time there is still some time, so we'll see the uploading part as well, how to upload files. Okay, and then we will stop. Okay. Once let me know. Done? Is it done? Okay, great. What about others? Okay, great. ठीक. So that's it about the relationships. Okay. So you just have to add the related field into your schema. And when you want to add it, you have to add the fields, add the IDs to that field. Okay. Whether it's an array, then push it. If it's just an object, just add it to that object field. Then when you want to populate, you can just use dot populate method to populate that field. Otherwise, the field will not be populated. Okay. It will just give you the ID. Okay, by default it gives you ID, but if you want to populate the object or all the arrays of objects from that ID, then you can use populate method. Okay, now this is what about the mongoose and everything. Okay, so here we have completed the mongoose part. Now let's see. Now sometimes you also upload the files, right? Sometimes, or let's say most of the application you will see there is upload to there is upload feature, right? So if you want to upload any file to your application, how can you upload it? Okay. So for this, you can do that from the scratch itself, but if you want to do it from scratch, you'll have to implement a lot of features. Okay. Or you'll have to write boilerplate code every time again. Okay. But for this, what Node has is Node has an excellent package for this. You can use Multer package. There is a package, not Multer, it's a Multer package. Okay, you can search for it, you will get the Multer package. You can install this package, okay, to do to handle file uploading. Okay, now you can see you can use npm I multer to install multer package. So I'll just install this multer package using npm I multer. Okay, good. So our multer package is installed. Now let's go and see how we can upload a file. Okay, now instead of doing it in here, you can do it for medicine upload as well, the medicine image if you want to upload. But I will keep it up to you. I'll do the separate route and I'll do the uploading part in that route itself. You can later on add the same into your medicine routes as well. So here I'll create a separate route for file routes.js. Okay, and then here we'll add these two lines, paste it. Okay, and let's add one more API. Okay. Let's add authenticate as well because we need to authenticate us also. The let's say we want to upload the file, but if the user is authenticated, then only we'll be able to upload it. Otherwise, the file can't be uploaded directly. Okay, if you want to upload directly, you can remove this authenticate part. Okay, but here router dot. Okay, now when you want to upload a file, you should always use post method. Okay, you should always use post method, because by using get you cannot upload the file, because get has a limitation. You cannot upload, you cannot send data after particular bit size. Okay, but in post we don't have a limit. Actually, limit is set by the server itself, but in case of Node.js we don't have a limit. You can set the limit. Okay, but here we'll use slash let's say upload. Okay, and then we will have a request comma response, and yeah, okay, we'll send response dot json. Okay, and here we'll say message as file uploaded successfully. Okay, I'm just using this for now. Okay, but we are going to upload file. Okay, now how do you upload the file? To upload the file, you'll have to check the documentation of Multer. Now, how it says how we can upload a file. First of all, when you do the file uploading, your you should have, if you are using forms, then your post method should be post, and then there should be a multi-part form data. Okay, you should set a enc type as multi-part form data if you are uploading through a forms. Okay, but if you are doing a API call, then in case you can use JSON, but since it's going to be a form uploading, so we will also have to set the multi-part form data. Well, I'll show you how you can do it. Okay, this is the simplest way you can upload a file. First of all, import the multer and then call the multer function. In that, just specify the destination where you want to put your file to when the file is uploaded. Okay, but this destination should exist. Okay, and then it will give you the upload function. That function you can use it on your you can say your uh, route. Okay, and on that route you can specify how you want to upload the file. If you want to upload a single file, just specify single, and then specify the field name, okay, through which you are going to upload. That name is avatar, so here you can specify the name. Okay, the file type is file and name is avatar, so you can specify that here. Okay, if you want to upload multiple files, you can use upload.array. Okay, and then in that case the name field will have a same names for multiple files. Okay, and you can also specify the how many files you want to upload at a time. Okay, so here if you specify 12, that means I can at a time I can upload 12 files. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So first let's import multer equals to require multer. Okay, this is done. Now use create a upload function, use multer, and in this multer just specify the destination path colon, let's say uploads slash. Okay, but this upload slash uploads folder should exist. Okay, so here we will create a uploads folder, uploads. Okay, and this uploads folder every file will go. Now this upload is there, we'll use upload dot single method, and in this single method we'll specify the field name. Let's say I want to upload medicine underscore image. Okay, the field name will be medicine underscore image. Okay, here when you upload it, okay, you will get the uploaded file in request.file object. Okay, as we get body in the request.body, we will get request.file in a file object. Actually what it does is, when we here we are using a middleware, this middleware is adding that file object in this request.file. So we can just do console.log request.file. Here you will get the file object. Okay, and it will tell you file uploaded successfully, but this will not work because we have to if you want to authenticate, okay, you can also add authenticate before uploading it. Okay, you should always do authentication before uploading. Okay, you can add as many middlewares as you want in between your request response and your path. Okay, so but if you do authenticate after upload single, then the file will be uploaded first and the authentication will happen. Okay, if you want to avoid that, just make sure the authenticate is happening first and then uploading is happening. Okay, now this will not work because we haven't exported our router. So just export router and then to server.js and import. Here we will say file routes. Okay, should be files dot routes, and then we have files and file routes. Okay, so the URL will be files slash upload. Okay, if anyone does file slash upload using post method and the field name is in underscore image, then the file will be uploaded. Okay, so let's see how we can upload it and how the file will be uploaded. Now, through Postman, if you want to do it, what you can do is here the path will be files slash upload. Okay, and the method will be post. Okay, here we won't be having a body. The data will be form data. Okay, you can, if you remember, it's going to be a multi-part slash form data. So it's a form data. Okay, so here in the header section, you will see there is no bulk edit. Okay, whatever. So here the content type should be form data. I don't know why it is not showing, but let's see that later on. Okay, but if you see in the when you use form data here, okay, here in the key name you can specify the medicine underscore image, and in the value section, if you see, okay, you'll get okay, here in the key itself you will get text or file. Okay, if you say text, then you have to enter text here. By default, it's text. But if you want to upload a file, just select a file here and it will ask you to upload a file. Select a file. Okay. Let's see the pictures. Okay. Picture documents. Stop shared. Okay, I'll just download one photo wallpaper. Okay, let's download this one. Open image in new tab. Save image as. Okay. Let's download it in downloads folder and I'll say wallpaper. It's a wallpaper.jpg file. Okay, so here in the download section, we have a wallpaper.jpg. Open it. Okay, so it will be, you will find it here. Now let's send it. Send. Okay, you'll see file uploaded successfully. That means your file is uploaded. Okay, let's see where it is uploaded. And you will see the file object here. Field name, underscore image, original name, wallpaper.jpg, encoding, MIME type, destination, it's uploads. File name is, it has renamed the file to some file name here. The size is also there. But here in the upload section, if you see, the file is uploaded. Okay. If you just open this, you will see there is no extension to the file. Okay. But if you open the file, you will see nothing is there. Okay. Open anyway. Okay. But you will not see anything here. Okay. That's because the file doesn't have an extension. Okay. But if I rename it to, let's say, .jpg and see, we'll see the image is there. That means file is uploaded successfully. But why there was no extension to this file? Because by default, Multer doesn't add an extension. Okay. Now, if you want to add an extension, you have to do some changes here. Okay. What changes you can do here is, okay, when you create this code for object, okay, you have to specify some option here. Okay, you can check it in the documentation. Okay, this is the what we have done. Okay, now here you will find a storage option. Okay, where to store file and everything. It should be there. Yeah, here you can specify multer.disk storage, where you can specify the destination. Also, you can specify the file name. Okay, you have to add this file name over there. Okay, this file name we can add there, and we can add the extension. Okay, so let's see how we can do this here. So this is the first upload object. Okay, we will do it here. Now, before doing this, okay, what we have to do is we have to create a storage object. So we can create a storage object. Let's say storage equals to multer dot disk storage. We'll create a disk storage here. This storage will have options. In the options, you specify the destination. The destination would be uploads slash the same file, same path, comma, will have a file name. Now, file name is a function. Okay, function will have request, comma, uh, it's a file, comma, it's a callback function. CB. Okay, three parameters: request, file, callback function. I just taken it from the documentation which was displayed here. You can check it the same here. You can see request, file, and callback function. Okay. Now this callback function is the function which is basically call these upload.single method. Okay, when that uploads.single. Okay, but here we need to return the file name or call this function, callback function, and specify the file name over there. Okay, so how do you create a file name? If you see in the object file object that we printed here, we have a field name, we have original file name. Okay, we also have a file name. Okay, now what you can do is when you want to create a file name, if you do this original name here, then whenever user wants to upload file, it will override the existing file. Okay, so let's say one user tries to upload a file name with file1.jpg. Another user also wants to upload the file, other file, that file is different, but the file name is same, file1.jpg. Then it will override the existing file. We don't want to do that. We want to you use a unique name. Okay, but that unique name you will not get it here because we are going to change the file name. This file name is generated by multer. Okay, so you'll not get this file name here. Okay, we have to generate that file name now. Now how can you generate that unique file name? Okay, for that let's do one thing. From this original name we'll extract the extension because the extension can be different. It can be JPEG, it can be doc. Okay, we are just using image here. You can upload any file. Okay, so when you want to do that, you have to extract this extension first. Okay, so let's extract the extension. Const, where is it? I'm audible to everyone. Hello.
Sir, your voice is breaking. For me at least.
Okay, is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Good. Okay. Now let's see. If I see in the object, we have a original name. From this original name, we want to extract out this extension. So what we will do is we will split the, okay, let's say files equals to request dot, okay, actually it's request dot, no, we have a file. We already have a file object here, right? So we can use file dot file name. It's a file, right? No, it's the original name. Original name dot split. We'll split on the dot. Okay. When you split it based on the dot, the last object or the last value that you will get, it would be an extension. Okay, so I'll create name now. The file name equals to, okay, now we can use the field name here. Okay, the medicine underscore image. So file dot field name plus, okay, I want to add hyphen here, then plus, to make it unique. Okay, what you can do is we can get the we can use date. Okay, you can use date dot now. Okay, now what this date dot now does is if you print it in a here, let's say spec, and if you print date now, okay, function will give you the number. Okay, that this number is always unique because it's always change, because it always changes because the millisecond, it's a milliseconds. So milliseconds will change every time, right? So this is enough for us, because whenever the user try to upload it, the most of the time it will not conflict. Okay, so let's do the use this date.now plus. Now I want to add the extension, so specify dot plus. Now here we will have file split of file split dot length -1. Okay, so this will be the last value from the array. Okay, so here we are creating the file name. Now we just need to call callback function, that is CB. If you remember, in Node.js, every callback function is an error first callback. So your first parameter is error. Okay, so it's null. We don't have an error. So you specify null here, and the file name is the file name that just now we have created the file name. Okay, save it. This will be the storage object. Now when we want to create a upload object using multer, so here we will specify the storage. Now instead of destination, it would be storage. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here it would be storage. Okay. Just specify the storage object here. You can pass the storage object. Okay. Now if you save it, okay, I'll remove this one, this file. If you save it, upload the file. Let's see what happens. I say file uploaded successfully. Let's go and check. You'll see the file name here, medicine underscore image hyphen, the value is added here and the .jpg. Okay. And if you see the upload folder here, you'll find the file name. Okay. And if you open this, you will see the file is what it is. Okay. So your file is uploaded successfully like this. So how to upload the file using multer? Yes, great. Okay, so that's how you upload the file. Now, if you want to upload multiple files, dot array, okay, and when you want to upload it through Postman, just specify one more field here with the same name, medicine underscore image. It would be also a file type, and here specify the other file. Okay, so when you use array, so you will see two files here, and it would be file. It would be files request.files. Okay, for array. Okay, and they have mentioned that in a documentation. You can refer to the documentation here. Okay, for the request.files. Okay, so that's how you can upload it. You can also do the limits. Okay, means if you want to limit to the file size, you can in the options here when you do multer. Okay, we have a file size option. Okay, by default it's infinity. Okay, so means you can upload a huge file as well. But if you want to limit to the file size, you can specify file size here. Okay, it's always in bytes, so specify the bytes number here. Okay, so if you say specify, let's say 1000 bytes, so 1024 bytes, so it would be 1 MB. Okay, file limit 1. Okay, so that's how you can specify. You can also filter the files. Okay, you can use you can use file filter function like this, which will have a callback function where if you pass a false here, that means the file is rejected. If you pass a true here, then means the file is accepted. Okay, this you can call callback function based on this. Okay, and when should you call false? If you, let's say, if you don't want to upload GIF files, check for the extension. If the extension is GIF, then call the callback function with false parameter. If it is not GIF, then you can call callback function with true parameter. And as this file filter option function to your key here. Okay, it should be send this function to control which files you upload to skipped. Okay, you can pass this to this object. Okay, this storage object. Okay, pass that off storage object. Understood, everyone? Like how to upload the file. Try this. Okay, and then we will stop here. Okay, then here what's basically our express module is completed. Okay, along with the APIs and everything. Okay, the last topic remainings are socket programming. So that we will do it on Monday. So we will see using socket programming how we can do the real time application, create real time application. We'll implement a simple chat application. It will be a basic chat application. Okay, and the last we'll also see. So we have created an API. We'll see how to consume these APIs through a front end. Okay, we'll create a basic content application and we'll consume these APIs, whatever the APIs that we have created. Show you just basic example. Later on, you can make it big. Okay, you can implement all the routes, APIs, and then create your big application over there. Okay, so do it. Once done, let me know, then we can stop here. I'll stop the recording. Okay.